Just because you won a championship or several championships, that doesn't necessarily make you a championship organization.
What do you mean by that?
The Oklahoma City Thunder, prior to winning a championship, if you would have asked me, is this a championship organization? And I would say, yes.
Yeah.
So I would say if there was room to grow, like for the Lakers, it would be in that department.
When is it cool for agents to speak in this manner, bro? Like, when? Like, when did it become okay?
Austin Reeves, and who knows what happens by the playoffs, is Ginobili, right? In an ideal world,
On a
he's
championship
on
team?
a championship team back in the day.
Spurs made that decision. And you know what Ginobili did?
Went
He
along with
embraced it.
Right.
Right. And how many championships they win? 5.
Yeah.
It's those type of decisions to be made. It's those type of decisions to be made.
When it comes to the NBA landscape, one of the biggest liars, biggest narrative pushers is of course Rich Paul, LeBron James' agent, and the head of Klutch Sports. And when it comes to Rich Paul's media career, if he's giving interviews on a podcast, if this guy is talking, you can guarantee yourself a couple of things. First off, Rich Paul is going to take tons of subtle digs at players and teams, and especially the Lakers. That right there for Rich Paul as a media personality is a staple of his career. Now, also one thing you're getting routinely is LeBron James, his guy, doesn't have help and his current roster isn't constructed to his liking. As long as this dude's been in media, had a voice, that right there is his biggest MO. LeBron James never has enough help.
Then when you go into the playoffs, we seen last year, they ran into athleticism and length. They struggled. So when you look at it now, athleticism, length, shooting, speed, right? Because now, can the Lakers play fast? I don't think so. And style of play. You can't, you know, that style of play is going to be very easy to guard.
So stopping that right there very quickly, looking through Rich Paul's word salad, what's the main takeaway, main point? This guy looking at the Lakers roster, what he says they lack is length, speed, and athletic ability. Now that on its own, it might be true. But looking at their 2 star players who that applies to most, it's Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. So again, Rich Paul in essence, snake dissing these guys and saying they're the problem and they lack these key things that are holding LA back. And look, for guys like Reeves and Doncic, defensively, athletically, not the best players, and honestly kind of subpar. But looking at them as offensive players, right now this duo is a high-scoring duo in the NBA at over 60 points per game. Luka this year has scored 40-plus points 5 times, maxing out at 49. Austin Reeves has cracked 43 times, scoring 41, 44, and then 51. If you want to talk the best second option scorers, Austin Reeves right now is the best, or at worst, the second best.
Into the hands of Reeves, 5 seconds. 3 seconds. Reeves splits the defense. The floater in the paint. It's good.
This is going to be a barn burner by the end. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what. There's a little gap, and Ja knocks down the mid-range.
Oh, Reeves, the crossover and the reverse.
You know, that style of play is going to be very easy to guard.
Can you, shut up?
For people in Rich Paul's circle, the entire Klutch Sports enterprise, enough is never enough. Looking at someone like Reeves, they don't see 28 points per game, a borderline All-NBA player. What they see is a trade asset to get more speed, length, and athleticism. And the funny thing is, if LA got that traded Reeves, what would they complain about post that trade? Now, of course, LeBron James doesn't have a third scoring option who can get 20 to 25 points. Long story short, someone like Rich Paul, LeBron James will never be satisfied with even the best roster in the NBA.
Ideally, Austin Reeves, and who knows what happens by the playoffs, is Ginobili, right? In an ideal world,
on a championship team,
he's the killer 6th man, right?
Yeah. But
That's
he's
not
paid,
this.
But he's paid as a starter.
He's paid. I get it. On the Spurs, he'd be the 6th man, right? Especially back in the day.
The Spurs made that decision, and you know what Ginobili did? He embraced it.
Right.
And how many championships they win? 5.
Yeah.
It's those type of decisions to be made.
Come again?
It's those type of decisions to be made.
So stopping that clip right there very quickly, when it comes to Max Kellerman, this guy at ESPN, was a big-time LeBron James shill. In this clip, I don't think much has changed. As again, looking at Austin Reeves, what he views Austin Reeves as is a sixth man on a championship team. Reeves 2 years ago last year, I could see that take being valid. Reeves in 2026, that's far from the case. In all honesty, if anyone's taking a bench role, it should be LeBron James and not Austin Reeves.
Well, duh.
Again, looking at someone like Reeves, far from a perfect player or a top 10 player, but looking at his game, I mean, you're talking all-star, borderline all-NBA player. A guy like that has grown so much in a short time period, you don't bench him to please LeBron James. As looking at these guys' ages, Austin Reeves is 27 in his prime. LeBron right now is 40, approaching 41. LeBron for this team is a third option, and some nights the fourth option. Reeves at his best is the second option, and at worst, the third option.
Like, I personally don't think the Lakers are good enough to be contenders right now. Not right now.
When you say contenders, what do you mean?
I don't think they have enough to get to the Western Conference Final. I don't think when you come to back half of the season, where guys are really, now they have their conditioning,
they're scouting you different, they're preparing for you more. Yeah,
it's one thing. Then when you go into the playoffs, we seen last year, they ran into athleticism and length. They struggled.
So stopping that clip right there very quickly, when it comes to Rich Paul's baseline point, I actually do agree. This team making the West Finals, slim to none chances. As of course in the West, OKC, big-time powerhouse, Denver, the second best team, and then Houston and Minnesota, also very, very good teams. The Lakers making the West Finals, it would be a big-time shock, and I don't expect it. But Rich Paul saying this, I don't think it's coming from an honest place of a genuine take. Why Rich Paul is saying this is he always says this to put pressure on the Lakers to make moves and get things done. As even when they had Anthony Davis, what was the constant theme with Rich Paul and Klutch Sports? We need more, it's never enough. Right now in the NBA, there are no perfect teams that have no holes. You get more scoring, you're going to lose defense. You get more defense, you're going to lose scoring. As the old saying goes, to get something, you got to give up something. At Klutch Sports, that's not how they operate. They want to get everything and give up nothing. In reality, that's simply not how it works in the NBA or in life.
Pat Riley's mindset.
Yes.
Pat Riley had a championship mindset. So the foundation, right? It don't matter how upset you may be. It don't matter. We're doing this thing this way.
This stuff is hard. And you got to stay together if you got the guts. And you don't find the first door and run out of it.
Yeah. So I would say if there was room to grow, like for the Lakers, it would be in that department.
So that right there is our last take. I do find it pretty ironic. Rich Paul looking at Lakers now in 2026, what's he saying? This Lakers team organization is not championship caliber. Rich Paul right now for the Lakers is dissing them big time. But look who he's praising. The Heat, Spurs, OKC. This guy praising Miami is beyond ironic. As looking at those early 2010s Heat teams, it was a constant battle with them and Pat Riley for control of the team and even the organization. And LeBron 4 years in, had enough of it, ran back to Cleveland where he had much more control. Guys like Pat Riley, Sam Presti, heck even Brad Stevens, what they say goes, and the culture comes from them down to the players. For LeBron James in those scenarios, he never really likes that. What he likes is input on the roster, control the team, and of course, control the narrative. And looking at Los Angeles, the past couple years, they've done LeBron's bidding like no team would ever think of doing. Of course, hiring JJ Redick, but also drafting Bronny.
Is LeBron realistically a guy who could not be on the Lakers at the end of this year?
No.
12 seconds later.
LeBron, or don't know anyone who could talk LeBron into waiving a no-trade clause to go to New York?
Oh.
New York?
I mean, listen, he definitely makes them better.
So that right there is in the video, and I'll say one last thing. When it comes to these Rich Paul interviews, Rich Paul podcasts, from the first one to the last one is tons of filler, word salad, and absolute nonsense. This guy giving a coherent take happens very, very rarely, as the vast majority of his takes are kind of sneak disses with double meanings you have to parse through and really examine. Rich Paul in this case dissing Luka, Reeves, and the entire Lakers organization. For Klutch Sports, that's how they operate. They throw stones, hide their hands, and plead innocent. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.